News now, the inquiry into allegations of impropriety at the Public Investment Corporation will continue today. The commission will hear from businessman Jayendra Naidoo. His company, Lancaster, received 9.3 billion rand from the PIC to invest in Steinhoff. Well, ENCA's Heidi Giokos is following developments at the inquiry for us. She's joining us now live from the venue. Good morning again, Heidi. Thank you very much for talking to us this morning. Well, we are here, and Jayendra Naidoo is set to take the stand today. But let's look at yesterday. We had Sibusisiwe Zulu, a former board member of PIC, testifying. What did she say?
Exactly. So we had Sibusisiwe Zulu yesterday testifying, and of course she is among those board members that had that mass resignation in January this year because of the allegations levelled against the board. Among those were also former Deputy Finance Minister Mondli Gungubele. And of course all these allegations stem from emails that were sent by an alleged whistleblower, James Naidoo, claiming that certain board members had been benefiting from PIC funding and PIC investments. Also, another allegation that stems specifically related to Zulu was the fact that she is in a romantic relationship with Lawrence Mulaudzi. Lawrence Mulaudzi is a PIC beneficiary. He's received funding from the PIC to buy shares into Total SA. So one of the allegations was that she had been pushing certain investments, to try and benefit her lover, basically. So we had an opportunity to hear her side of the story. Of course, she's denying all those allegations, saying that there is no basis and substance to the allegations from James Naidoo, saying there's no evidence to substantiate those allegations. Something else that was also very interesting from her testimony yesterday was she says that the board should have acted differently when it comes to, or when it came to the allegations levelled against former PIC CEO Dan Machila. She says perhaps an external investigation should have been conducted instead of an internal one when it came to an investigation linked to Dan Machila and money that he had been allegedly giving to his alleged lover. Pretty low, lots of lovers in this equation. But she's saying that the board should have perhaps acted differently in that and gotten external investigators to deal with that specific matter.
Now, what do we expect? What should we expect today with the businessman Jayendra Naidoo from Lancaster set to testify?
So today is going to be a big day because Steinhoff is going to be brought into sharp focus. Of course, we do know that the PIC has invested billions into that particular company. And of course, we all know where Steinhoff International has ended up, that big, massive corporate scandal that Steinhoff experienced. Of course, the PIC losing billions, government employees' pension funds being directly impacted when it comes to that company. But Jayendra Naidoo is the man that received funding from the PIC to invest into Steinhoff, and of course the PIC is directly involved in that because they have become a stakeholder or shareholder, if I can put it that way. But Jayendra Naidoo received over 9 billion rand to invest into Steinhoff International, and the process around that is going to be questioned and scrutinized by the PIC inquiry today, as well as Jill Marcus previously raising the issue of transaction fees. We do know that this has been an ongoing issue with a number of investments throughout this Commission of Inquiry, but we do understand that transaction fees around the Steinhoff deal were in question, and of course Jayendra Naidoo being very much involved and being the man who received all that funding from the PIC will be here to give his version of events and of course testify before this PIC inquiry.
Thank you very much, Heidi Giokos. There, ahead of today's PIC inquiry, a big day, she says, and we'll find out how it's going to pan out. Still,